Hello, welcome everybody to the Pet Love Show. My name is Katherine. I am delighted to connect to all of you and your beautiful animal family members. So I am a Tao Healing Practitioner and an animal communication specialist, which means I take my tools as a practitioner, the healing tools that I have, and my ability to connect, communicate, and channel with your beloved animal companions and the animals, and put them together to facilitate positive shifts and change in your animal's life, in your relationship, related to anything physical that's going on, emotional, behavioral, and much, much more. So the animals have taught me over the years that there are infinite possibilities of their wisdom and love and guidance that they hold. And when we give them an opportunity to share and communicate on that beautiful level that they show us exists on the heart and soul level, really amazing and heart-touching experiences, wisdom and knowledge are available to each of us. So this is why I come here live. I actually am pre-recording this show because I have to work at my normal live time, but I do have a special guest. So we're going to bring her on in a minute. I'm very familiar with her and her beloved cat Jet, who I have had the opportunity and the pleasure to connect with over the years. She has a beautiful heart and soul, and she reached out to me really needing some help for Jet. So we're going to connect to him today. I'm going to invite her on in a moment, and we're going to do some communication, and you can firsthand experience how this works and how this could be beneficial to you and your animal family. So I want to go ahead and give lots of love to our beloved animal companions. Where I live in Colorado, it is storm season. So there's lots of stormy weather, plus 4th of July in America just passed, where there's lots of loud noises and the weather is shifting and changing. And my two little dogs are showing me that this is affecting them, and they are having an experience of this shift as well. So I just want to give a few tips really quick on how you can keep your animals calm and safe over this time, this season. And even if you don't have storms and fireworks happening in your area, you can put this information in your pocket for a time, or you might need it. So I would say first, make sure that they're wearing their identification tags. Mine don't normally have them on in the house, but right now I'm keeping them on them so that in case they should get out, they have that information ready and available, as long as their collar doesn't fall off. Plus, they are microchipped, which you can decide if you want to do that or not. Mine came that way when I got them. Another thing is to keep your gates and everything secure, especially if you have dogs. You want to make sure that they don't have an easy way to get out and run. When you hear the loud noise, this can affect their nervous system and activate that fight or flight response that they have built into their survival response. And I would also say to go ahead and play some nice, soft, calming music. Those of you who've seen me before know that I have a favorite song that I like to use with the animals to bring that positive frequency and vibration, that positive information that's calming, that's loving, that's harmonizing. And this is Love, Peace, and Harmony. You can find it so many places. You can go to lovepeaceharmony.org and download it for free. I like to put it on repeat and play it softly throughout my household. Usually when I have it playing in a room, that is where you'll find my dogs, in that room. It keeps them calm. Last night was 4th of July. There was tons of fireworks happening. So one of my little chihuahuas wants to go under things and the other one wants to climb. So I set up some pillows that he could sit on and feel like he was in a high enough safe space. And I put that music right next to him so he could relax. Make sure they have lots of fresh water, cuddly, soft places. If you're not going to be home, I would say even leave something that smells like you that they can cuddle up next to. I also have a little little chihuahua who likes to chew things. So I make sure that he has things that he can access, that he can chew. It's a nervous response for him, so that he can soothe himself as well. So those are a couple of pro tips that I have for you. I would also go ahead and communicate to your animal that they're safe inside your house, that you're going to keep them safe. Do the say hello technique that we always practice, that I learned from a beautiful healer and humanitarian. You just say, "Dear the soul, heart, mind, and body of," and you name your animal companion, and you make sure they know that they are safe, that they can relax their nervous system. And we'll get more into this as the month continues. Different things that we can do and say, and practices we can use daily that could actually help them shift their nervous system and stay in that regulated space, even through the thunderstorms. All right, so let's take a moment to go ahead and connect heart to heart, soul to soul, connect to our animal companions, offer love and gratitude, and then we're going to call on our very special guest who has a beautiful, beautiful request for beloved Jet the cat to connect and receive a message. We want to learn and receive some guidance on how we can help him. So first, let's take a moment. I'm just going to stop talking so fast. I'm going to put one hand over my heart center, the other hand over my lower abdomen to help me ground below my navel. And take a moment to visualize the beautiful light, the source light, the sunlight, the moonlight. And I'm going to imagine that with each breath I take, I'm breathing in this light. I'm breathing in this connection to the source. And that can be whatever it is for you. Connect to that in your heart. When we all take a moment to truly make that connection for ourselves, it can be powerful for everybody, including our animal companions. So with each breath, you can breathe in that connection. And maybe on the exhale, let go of anything that could be busy in your mind or interfering, anything you don't need to be thinking about in this moment. And now we're going to bring in that love that we have for our animal companions. Just connect to that love you have for them. The moments you share, that connection you share. And bring that into your heart as well. And now we're going to make that soul connection on a deeper level by using that technique, the say hello technique. So we'll say, "Dear the soul, heart, mind, and body of," and you can name your animal companions. I love you, honor you, and appreciate you. Please come and connect and join us heart to heart, soul to soul for this session. Please receive my love and gratitude. And please offer any wisdom, guidance that you have for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So take a moment. If there's anything you want to say to your animal companion from your heart, you can. And welcome to everyone who's joining us live. We did pre-record this, but our hearts are with you live. Continue to watch. It's going to be a great show. Beautiful. I know that I feel much more grounded. I feel much more connected. And I have my two dogs in this room with me, and they both were kind of anxious before. And once I did the say hello, they calmed down, they relaxed, they went to the places they wanted to rest, and now they're just chilling. So you can take this moment, or really, it only took a moment to connect in the morning, in the evening, throughout the day. And you can even do this when you're not in the same room as them or even the same house. So I know a lot of you have started to go out into the world. We were all kind of at home, working from home, doing things from home a lot. And now that's started to shift. So this is a way throughout the day that you can take moments to connect to your animal companion and offer them love and gratitude, and let go of any guilt or disharmony you might feel because you're not around them as much physically. That connection is always there for you. So that's just one little tool you can use. So, speaking of that, we are going to bring on Brianna, who was sharing with me a little bit earlier about what's going on and how we can support her today with her beautiful cat, Jet, who might make an appearance. He often likes to. She's been spending less time at home as well, and their habits have changed. And so the relationship has shifted. And so I'll let her come on and share about that, but it's a perfect segue. So let us all welcome beloved Brianna and her kitty, Jet. Whoop. Hi, welcome.
Hi, good to see you. I'm so happy to be here. Jet was happy this morning. He's like, I know today is my day to be on the show and to get the messages and give you messages. So I know he's happy.
Oh, beautiful. And I know you were kind of backstage when we were doing that. Did you experience anything when you're doing the say hello? Can you feel that connection?
Yeah, I feel he told me some things that he likes, what kind of cat food he likes better. Um, yeah,
Great.
he's like,
That's
Mom, I like that better.
That's amazing. So I know I'm asking Brianna because I know that she's a powerful healer herself and also can communicate and do soul communication. And so beautiful. So you can be reminded. I need this reminder all the time too. We could just do the say hello and connect and receive so much information and messages and what we need. And sometimes when it's our animal companion, it can be more difficult because we're emotionally connected to it and entangled in a different way, right? And there can be some of that interference of like, I'm doing something wrong or I don't know what to do.
Yeah, yeah,
So tell us
yeah.
a little bit about what's going on with Sir Jet.
So, my life has gotten a lot busier since, over the couple years since I've known you, and I'm not as home as much. Um, let's see. He, I wake up earlier, I go to bed later. So, and I feel like he does feel that hustle and bustle, the anxiety. He definitely feels that, and I know he feels that. Um, and our relationship has changed a little bit because of the schedule. And yeah, so I'm trying to find ways I can. I guess this has caused him to start to cry more often. He used to never cry, and now he started to cry. And I'm trying to see what I can do more for him.
Okay, so he's vocally expressing himself, and
Yeah,
that's a shift. That's new.
yeah, that's new.
And remind us how old Jet is.
Gosh, he's probably about 3 or 4 years old.
So you've been with him that whole time, right?
Yes, I've been with him that whole time.
Lucky you guys. All right. So I know that your bond and your connection is very powerful. And I know that you are on your journey and you're showing up for it in such a beautiful way. And our animals are also on their journey. And sometimes when we physically shift and show up differently and start doing things differently, right, feel and have that shift for them. So let's connect to him, shall we? Let's connect to him soul level. Can you hear me okay, Brianna?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Sure. I think there's a little delay, which is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we're going to connect to Jet, everyone. First, send Brianna and Jet lots and lots of love. I'm guessing that many of you out there can relate. And it's kind of funny because it's like when you're feeling more stress and you're like already feeling like maybe attracted about it and like, oh, that's when the behavior, right? Then he's crying out, and every time he cries out, you're like, I don't know what I'm sorry, what am I supposed to be doing? So it can just build and build and build. So this is a great way that the animal communication, sorry, my phone's at least started reading out my text messages and I'm not sure how to get it to stop. So I'm just going to turn that down. Which can be off. So I'm going to turn that all the way down. So we're going to connect to him on level. You could tell the way that Brianna was about it, that they have a very special connection. And, this is affecting her. You could feel, like she wants this to be in more harmony. She wants to feel better about their time together and wants him to be happy. And so his verbal expression of life has shifted, and she's seeing some distress in that. So we're going to connect to him on the heart and soul level, and we're going to allow him to share his message. So for those of you who haven't seen me do this before or haven't experienced soul communication or animal communication in this way, there's many ways to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to her beloved kitty on that level of heart and soul. It's on that level that we may not be able to see, but it's just it's there. And I think our animals really show us this. Is like if you're thinking about someone and they call you, or you've been thinking about someone with your heart, like I really wonder how they are, and then your mom at the grocery store, or you have an up connect to them, or they reach out. It's really not a coincidence. Have you ever had thinking of someone, they call you, or right after you were thinking of them, in all the moments and all the days and all that we know. It's like just a little too coincidental for me. I really believe that this is soul connection, and this is a way that we can experience it. So intentionally connect to Jet, and the soul is the spirit, but also the information and the frequency and vibration that's special to him. And so he's going to communicate through that. And a couple ways they do me images, or I hear them audibly, or I see numbers, or see messages, or sometimes they just have me know something that I wouldn't know, right? And the other way, which is so profound, it's all very profound, but is when they speak through my voice. So I know Brianna is very experienced at this. She does this on her own as well. But I wanted to share for those of you who might not have had this before. So we're going to connect to him the way that we can. And so either or one of his guides will come forward and offer a message. And what we'd really like to know is how we can help him, and what ways as Brianna and Jet continue and align their relationship with their new busy schedule and what he wants Brianna to know. Okay? So I think there's a little bit of a delay, but I just want to make sure that you can hear me still. Yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you. It might be delayed, but I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're delayed. We're freezing a little bit, but this is how we know that's important. Brianna just, and I'm going to have you go into that beautiful connection that you have with Jet. And we're all going to send Jet lots and lots of love. He's a beautiful black kitty cat. And we'll say, dear heart, mind, and body of Jet, we love you so much. We appreciate you. Please connect heart to heart, soul to soul with me so that I can offer your message, wisdom, and guidance to beloved Brianna. Thank you in the highest way. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet for a moment so I can really go into the connection, and then he will begin to share however he likes. Oh, dearest, my beloved Brianna, this is a message from your Jet. I love you with all of my heart. I'm very proud of you for all that you have accomplished and everything you have overcome to get to where you are now. Allow us a moment to celebrate this together, for I know it was not easy for you, and you have worked very hard. I love you unconditionally. I have some separation anxiety. You could do a heart-to-heart connection before you leave the house. Give me a job to do. You know that I love to serve. Allow my heart and soul connection that I to accompany you wherever you go. So he's showing me that you could, like a heart necklace or something, that you could have something that even could remind you to like just connect, just touch it and, just have a symbol or something that reminds you, even on your keychain or putting it around your neck, something that you can, something with his name on it, or you're guided to do that. But that's what I was seeing. Like sometimes we need that physical reminder to establish the habit of bringing that connection with us with intention.
Mm-hmm.
The whining is to get your attention, not just to feed me or pet me, because it is something to do or you need, but it is a reminder of the deeper connection we share. I too want to advance on my journey, but I need your help. read to me, chant with me, invite my soul along when you can to learn more and more. So I'm hearing you leave music on for him. You can the different CDs and things that I know that you have, the different music, you can take it really to keep that field activated for him. Right. And there are tools that we can use, right? And I know in your spiritual practice you have, so maybe there's something that you could also just dedicate for him. So for me, I have these very special books that have these very special calligraphies in them that are used for healing. And I use them with a lot of the animals I work with. But I have 10 of them around a little so that I know when my dogs don't feel well, they actually will go in there when they want to do their own practice. It's a little sacred space of their own that they can use to do their meditating. And to some of you, this might sound, and that's okay. But, they're also, I know that Jet is very much on his journey. He is, and the connection that you share. And I feel the same way with I know that how I found them, how they came to be with me, and I know they love it. I just know that Mr. Ping does that. That's what he wants to do. He tells me that he wants to be on his spiritual journey, what he needs. And so I'm hearing Jet as well, that he would like to spend time dedicated to his spiritual practice in the uplifted way as well. So even the latest love book that I know that you and I both love, or just even if it's that and putting that in a circle, a field for him to be in his practice.
Yeah, that was so beautiful. I felt the connection
and he
that
said,
you
I know.
had with. Yeah, it was so beautiful. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I think we're delayed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just like when you did the flow, I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And I felt that connection. I was like, wow, this is a very strong connection. And I feel like Jet is very dedicated to his journey. And I feel like this gives me the answers that I can use to move him along more in his journey. Thank you.
Yeah. And he knows that you're taking him along with you. But when we get busy and when we're going through the process of everything, I'm the same way. I can forget sometimes. And Mr. Ping's really good at reminding me. Actually, march up to me and look at me like, and just lock eyes with me. And I'm like, what? These things. And it's like, he's like, remember, I want to do this too. And I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. So I'm part of the crying is that it brings just remind him that you're not going to leave him behind, that you're going to, when you progress, so will he. It's not a separation. You're going to do it together. And then invite him to be communicating with you in a specific way. As you have this powerful connection, you can do communication with him and tell him, when, if there's another way that he can tell you rather than a way that might feel better or more balanced, to remind you, then tell him what ways he can, sometimes I do forget because I'm so busy. If you want to remind me, you can do this. And the other thing is when you do you have something you say to him when
Right now I don't, unfortunately. Yeah.
so just grab something like, I'll see you later. Mine is, you're here, because when I start to gather my things, Ping gets like, okay, what are we doing? Like he gets like he wants to know what's happening. I can feel the anxiety. So when I look at him and I say, you're staying here, and he actually goes and does what he needs to do. He'll go into the room where the music is, and he knows that, okay, this is the time that I get to stay while you're gone. So it's simple, right? I just say, you're staying here, and he knows what that means now. And then I tell him, I'll be right back. I'll be back. You're staying here. And then he's cool. Got it. He knows what to do. It took a minute for him to establish that, but it's so easy now. All I have to say to him is, I'll be right back. You're staying here. And instantly his whole body releases, and he goes and does what he needs to do.
Okay.
Because they feel responsible for us. That loves you so much. Your partner, you're his precious companion. So he he just needs a job. So like, for me, when I say staying here, he knows now his job when he's staying here is like, he can meditate, he can do whatever he needs to do, he can relax. It's all taken care of. So come up with something you might want to say to him. And I'm hearing, if you can come up with a few key words, it would help.
Okay.
Communication. So,
okay. And
like if you're going to go into.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna
private meditation. Okay. Go ahead.
Sorry. Sorry. I just felt like I didn't know previously that he had separation anxiety, because he's so quiet and so he's so happy. Like, I do feel like he is truly happy a lot of the time. So it's good to know that he has that,
Yeah, and he might not have had it before, but you're not with him as much anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's a definite shift. Yeah, for sure. What was I going to say before? Oh, so when you're going into like a private prayer practice or meditation or whatever it is that you're doing, you can also tell him something also. Like, it's meditation time. You're going to meditate out here, and I'm going to meditate in here. But we're going to do it together, And I'm hearing, I know that Brianna is very dedicated to her meditation practice, so this won't sound as strange if you don't meditate this way, which is totally fine. But you could, if you wanted to, even create a little. I did this for a while. People requested this from thing, but it was for a little while. I also have a lot more never was before, and I always took him with me everywhere I went. But now I'm working a different job, where I'm interacting with animals. I need to have him there the whole time too. So, you can set up a little altar space for him, or a little dedication space for him.
Okay. I like that idea.
If you
a lot.
Yeah, just a way of honoring him and bringing him along with you on the journey. Let's see if there is any. And this comes from this message that he carries, not from this lifetime with you, but of being left behind or not accomplishing what he wanted to accomplish. So that's the root of some of that anxiety that comes up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So you're not creating it for him. You're just going to help him to clear it.
Good. That's my hope. That's the dream. Yeah.
I know, isn't it, with our animal companions? So some of you really relate to this. You might be in your spiritual practice and you might not have thought to, or in your meditation practice, even if you don't consider it spiritual. Some people, writing is kind of their meditation. So you might have ran with your dog all the time, and maybe they're a little older and they don't run as much anymore. Yeah, you can still honor them, still dedicate the run to them, still include them in soul level, in spirit, have them join you, and maybe shift into something else, some other sacred time that you get to spend together, because they just really want to be in sync with you. When we meditate, when we create, when we jog, when we do these things, we do them because it brings a special right to us, to our hearts. It's a way of us to be in our natural rhythm, to connect, and they live in that connection, so they want to be there in that connection with us. Sorry, let me just, it seems like there's, oh, let me unmute you. There we go.
Can you
it
hear
seems
me?
okay.
Okay.
Yes, now I can hear you. There was some static. I wasn't sure what. So, yeah, how does that feel?
That feels really good.
Good. If there's anything else he wants to share.
Okay.
He's just excited. He wants you to go out and experience the world and show your love and light and gifts. And he showed me on these walks you go on with the flowers and everything. So, bring him along with you in spirit as well on the walks. And he's just so proud of you. He knows you've overcome a lot. And he believes in you, and he wants to be there for you as well.
Oh. That's so
Did you
cool.
have something that interrupted you?
Sorry, what was that? It kind of broke up a little bit.
Did you have something you were going to say before I interrupted you?
No, gosh, I feel like this is like a good growth for him and me too. Definitely, for sure. Thank you. Thank you.
So can I offer you a blessing?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you so much.
All right. So just please. So I'm being guided to offer a blessing to bring this source love and affirmation, frequency and vibration, which is what the into your relationship, to sort of nourish and rejuvenate and align your relationship to this kind of new path that has opened up, so that you can both continue to be in this beautiful connection together. So blessing for Brianna and Jet, all of their relationship, be in harmony and alignment. Blessing starts. It's going to be a silent blessing. So everybody else, you can close your eyes if you have the moment to. Just enjoy the frequent vibration. Oh, I can just feel the love. My whole body is vibrating. Oh, perfect. Get well. Thank you. Thank you. And release and continue to show up and to bless your relationship. I just saw so many flowers and I just kept hearing like nobody's getting left behind and you're doing it together. And I just saw the soul of your relationship just being nourished and rejuvenated. And it's nice and plump and filled with light.
Yeah, that felt so
So you'll have
beautiful.
to
I
let
felt,
me know how it goes.
yeah, I'll let you know how it goes and I'll start giving him little like keywords so hopefully he knows and he can relax a little bit better. And I'll do all of the
Yeah. How did you
suggestions
feel?
for the blessing. I felt a lot of understanding come through, a lot of understanding, and I feel like my heart is feeling so so nourished as well. And he's been a great teacher for me on my journey, you know. Great teacher. And I don't, you know, everything that I've been through, he's gotten me through it. So I'm really grateful to him and, you know, anything that I can do for his journey, you know, of course I'm going to do it, you know.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I love Jet. I'm so grateful the opportunity to connect to him and to share and experience your connection to him. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm glad. I know we've been trying to connect for a couple. It seems like forever. So I made it happen, and I just thank you so, so much for being here. And yeah, I'd love to have you on again so we can see if anything, what's happening. So I'll check in with you in a little while and I would love to hear what you experience. So thank you so much, Brianna.
Thank you so much. And yes, I'd love to come back on and tell you about all the results. And I'm sure Jet is just beyond grateful.
I think you'll have some good quality together now.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Brianna.
Thank you, Katherine. Love you.
Thank you, everyone, so much for joining. Thanks for sticking with us live and watching. I know we pre-recorded this. It was the way that we could do it, so it worked out well. I really wanted Brianna to share what she was going through with you and for you to get to experience her connection with Jet. I think a lot of you can probably relate to many aspects of the things that we talked about today. So I am available if anyone wants to reach out to me. I'm going to be live, hopefully again next week, actually live into some live readings. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I am so grateful to each of you, anyone who watches, who likes, who shares, and just anyone who gives me the opportunity to share your animal companion's message. I feel very honored to do so. I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Feel free to reach out anytime. You can email me at soullightpetservices@gmail.com. Of course, you can check me out at soullightpetservices.org if you want to connect with me for a private service or need any help in that way. Check out some of the classes and different things that I'm offering as well. I'm so grateful to each of you. Thank you so much. Until next time, we'll see you. Thank you. Bye-bye.